So just read this question. It consists of two words which have a certain relationship with each other. After seeing these two words, you have to select the pair which is given in the bottom four choices, which have the same relationship as the original pair of words. So the original pair of words is evaporation and cloud. Which of these four do you think matches or has the same relationship as evaporation and cloud? Anyone? There's no negative marking. You can make guesses.
Option 3.
Option 3. Okay. Why do you say that? What's the logic? Because evaporation in cloud is in the atmosphere, and the environment and pressure and atmosphere are also in the environment. Is that the logic, or is there something else?
So for now, it's that only.
Okay. Abhijit says option number 2, which is tension and breakdown. Abhijit, can you unmute your mic and help us understand what's your logic? Abhijit? Okay, never mind. You can put it in the chat. What's your logic? If you can't unmute, that's fine. Just put it in the chat. Abhijit is choosing option 2, tension breakdown. Why do you feel this has the same relationship? Okay, due to tension, we can have breakdown in our daily life. So how is this relationship similar to evaporation and cloud? Chunki, you can unmute your mic and speak. If you can unmute your mic, please unmute it and explain to us what's the logic you're using.
Sir, like evaporation creates clouds, same like this tension creates breakdown.
Excellent. You're right. Evaporation leads to formation of clouds, and tension leads to breakdown. So Abhijit, yes, you're right. Chumki, you're right. Fantastic. Yes, this is the right answer. We move on to the next question. Here, 4 words have been given, out of which 3 are alike in some manner and the 4th one is different. So you've got to choose the odd one out. And this is another type of question which will come in the paper, which may come in the paper, which is choosing the odd person out or the odd word out. So which of these 4 do you think does not fit into the same family as the others? Chunki says 4. Urmi, what's your logic? Interesting. Water can't be baked, Abhijit says. Okay. Good. It's clear, Akash. Urmi, what's your logic of choosing option 4? Urmi Smita Deka, what's your logic of choosing option 4? Chumki, what's your logic? Abhijit's logic is water can't be baked. Simmer means heating of water. Yes. Correct. Chumki, what's your logic of using option 4? Okay, you're also taking Abhijit's answer. Water can't be baked. Okay, you are close, but the answer is that boil, freeze, and simmer are all related to water, as you rightly said. Bake is not related to water. You normally bake solid stuff, right? You bake food, you bake cakes, you bake pastries. Boil, freeze, and simmer are related to a liquid, and bake is related to a solid. So that's the logic. Now, bake is the answer. Yes. Solid and liquid is the difference, Urmi Smita. Correct. Let's move to the next question. Things are getting warm. 3 words in capital letters given below have something in common amongst themselves. Out of the 4 given alternatives, choose the most appropriate description about these 3 words. The given words are Delhi, Agra, and Mathura. Now, what is common about them? Out of the 4 options, Are they all situated on the bank of river Yamuna? Do they have a religious background? Is that the commonality? Have they been capitals of the state sometime in the past, mythological or historical past? Or they have exquisite temples, all of them. They do have temples. So is that the commonality? What is the commonality? Okay, Abhijit says first option, Akash says option A. Anyone else? Prakash says option A. Anyone else? Urmismita, Chumki, what do you say? What's your answer? They do have temples, all of them. Delhi also has Akshardham, Agra has temples, Mathura has temples, option A. Okay, so since everybody is saying option A, we'll go with option A. Yes, all three cities are situated on the bank of river Yamuna. So that's the common thread which is running through all the three cities. Good. Moving to the next question. Here, a number series is given. So number series is also a type of a question which you may be getting in your examination. Out of the given series, you will have to choose, you will have to make a choice out of the multiple choices which are given, which should fit ideally in the blank space. Either the blank space will be somewhere in the middle, or it will be at the end, or it will be at the beginning. In this question, the blank space is given at the end. So you have to choose the right number which fits in at the end. So what do you think is the right answer to this question? 6, 11, 21, 36, 56. And next, what should come? Interesting. Abhijit, Prakash says option D, and Abhijit also says fourth option. Prakhar, what's your logic? Why do you choose the fourth option?
Sir, actually, we will add the multiple of 5 in each of the series so that we will get the text answer.
Can you elaborate a bit?
Like, sir, in 6 and 11, there's a difference of 5, and
Yes.
11 and 21, there's difference of 10, and
Yes.
in 21 and 36, there's difference of 15, and
Yes.
so on. In 56 and 36, there's difference of 20. So the
Yes.
next number, we will add 25 and 56 to get the desired output.
Fantastic. Your answer is bang on. The answer is 81, and Abhijit, you've also explained it very well. Chumki, your option is also right. It's option D, or the fourth one, which is 81. And the logic is that it is an incremental addition of 5 in the difference between each succeeding number. Sounds a mouthful, but that's the logic. So you keep increasing the difference between two successive numbers by 5. Next question. In the following question, various terms of a letter series are given with one term missing. So there'll be a number series and there'll be an alphabet series. You got to choose which is the missing term, which particular combination of alphabets matches the best in the blank space given. ADEHIL blank space QT. What do you think matches here? Fourth option. Okay, Abhijit says fourth option. Okay. Urmismita, can you explain your logic, please? Urmismita, are you able to unmute your mic? Okay. A, B, C, D, M, N, O, P. I did not understand. Where is the gap? Between A and D, there is BC. Between E and H, GH. Abhijit, could you explain? Okay, 2 letters are skipped. So A, BC is skipped and then there is D. E, F, G is skipped and then there is H. I, J, K is skipped and then there is L. M, N, O is skipped and then there is P. So fourth. Absolutely, you're right. Abhijit, bang on. You've got the answer bang on. So all you need to do is put a little logic. What do you think is missing between the letters? It could be either within the combination of each letter given, or it could be a series between the first alphabet and the last alphabet, or it could also be an inverse rotation. The first alphabet, suppose it is A, in the next one, if it is Z, that means it is the opposite. Now, these are different combinations which you will see. This was just one example. So you need to keep your mind open what is missing and then answer it accordingly. Moving to the next one, this should be interesting. In a certain code language, pit dar na means you are good. Dar tok pa means good and bad. And tim na tok means they are bad. So in this language, which word stands for they? Okay, why option 4?
Yes, sir. Good means na ya tok. Bad means tok or pa. Means miss pit ya dar. So, sir, only they stands for Tim. So, sir, option 4 is correct.
Just to explain that again, I'll write it over here. Pit dar na is equal to you are good. Dar tok pa is equal to good and bad. Tim na tok means they are bad. So the logic.
Sir, day word is not common in those sentences. As like this, team word is not common in those quotes. Therefore, the they stands team.
So instinctively, you've picked out the right answer. Logically, you have to delete what is common between the two sentences. So for example, good is common between these two sentences. Dar is common between these two sentences. So we take that out. Now, bad is common between these two sentences. And tok is common between these two sentences. So what are you left with? It could be either Tim, it could be na. But over here we are seeing that R and R is na. If we see here over here, R is common. We eliminate R and R over here. And we eliminate na and na over here. So what are we left with? Tim is they. So that's how you logically use the process of elimination to arrive at your answer. Instinctively, you were right. You picked out the word because they was not common. But there will be more complicated examples where you may have difficulty in instinctively picking out the answer. So in that, use process of elimination. Good. Next question. If a clock is called television, television is called radio, radio is called oven, oven is called grinder, and grinder is called iron. In what will a lady bake? Will a lady bake in an oven, in a grinder, in a radio, or an iron? A common sense says it should be an oven. But what's the answer according to this? Use logic. 2. Okay, Chunki says 2. Akash also says 2. Abhijit also says 2. Anyone else? Abhijit, could you explain your logic, why you are using 2 as an answer? Lady will bake an oven and oven is called grinder. But in the next sentence it is saying grinder is called iron. So should she not bake in an iron? Interesting. Akash, why do you say it is radio? Yeah, Abhijit, you don't have to agree with me. Give a logic. Abhi, Akash, why do you say option 3? Why should she bake in a radio? TV is radio. And radio is oven. Radio is called oven. Radio is not oven. The radio will still have those buttons to switch channels or a knob or a swipe. But it's a radio basically. So they are calling a radio an oven. The radio hasn't become an oven. Would you like to change your answer now, Akash? Abhijit, do you want to revise your answer? Oven is called grinder. Grinder is called iron. Yes, it is a confusing question. Why is iron correct, Abhijit? Chumki, what is your guess? Okay. Further, oven is called grinder and grinder is called iron. Right. I'll park your answer on the side for a minute. Chumki, do you want to hazard a guess? In what will a lady bake? 2, grinder. Okay, why? That is what Abhijit had said last time. Chumki, what's your logic? Kuch to gadbad hai. Yeah, Akash, absolutely. So, Chumki, you're taking again an instinctive answer. Your answer and Abhijit's first answer was correct. Read the question again. If a clock is called television, television is called radio, radio is called oven, oven is called grinder, and grinder is called iron. Read very carefully. The sentence is saying an X object is called Y. It has not started performing the function of Y. It is being renamed as Y, but it is still performing the function of X. So when you come across such a question, put yourself in a neutral zone and think what the question is saying. So a radio is to be called an oven. Radio is called an oven. Oven is called a grinder. It doesn't matter whether you call an oven a grinder or a telephone or an aeroplane, right? It is going to perform the function of an oven only. It is going to bake. So what will the lady bake in? An oven, whose name we have changed to grinder. So the option number 2 is correct. Be very careful when you come across such questions. They can be very, very confusing. But if you step out of the question and look at it very neutrally, you'll be able to see what the question is actually saying. Next question. Yes, option 2 is the right answer, Akash. Oven, the name oven was kept oven because of by somebody, right? Its name is oven. It is performing the function of oven. It has been renamed a grinder, but it is continuing to perform the function of an oven. Let's move on to the next question. There is a sentence of groups of letters and numbers. And this is another googly in the series type of questions. There is a sentence of groups of letters and numbers, and one term is missing. Again, this can be at the end, it can be in the center. Choose the missing term out of the given alternatives. 4. Okay. That was fast. Anyone else? I would like someone else to give the logic this time.
Sir, alternatively, K is reducing.
Alternatively, K is reducing. Can you explain that for the rest of us?
And sir, 5, 8, 11, 14, these are increasing with a difference 3.
I'll write it down as you speak. 5, 8, 11, 14.
Now
These are,
17.
sorry?
So now 17 will come.
Okay, I'll just write that down. They are increasing with a difference of 3. So 5 plus 3, 8 plus 3, 11 plus 3. So 14 plus 3 will be 17. So we've got 17 in 3 answers over here. Next, what is to be done?
The fourth option is correct, as sir, E is coming after C, the one difference.
Okay, so what you originally said was there is K, I, G, E and question mark. So
The
here,
question mark is C.
yes. So we'll just explain that to the others. K is reducing by how much?
Sir, 2.
Okay, K minus 2. So that is
No, sir, 1,
K.
1.
Hmm?
Sir, by 1.
By 1. Okay. So K minus 1 is I. So I J K. So this is J. I minus 1 is G H I. Minus 1 E F G. E minus 1 will be C D E. So this has to be D. So this will be C. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first, this C is which alphabet? First alphabet. So we've got C as the first alphabet, 17 as the last digits. There doesn't seem to be any other option with 17 and C. So fourth is the right option. Has everybody understood this? If you haven't, please let me know now. Very good explanation. Okay, Chunki has not understood. Anyone else? Okay. Would you like to explain again, Ansh? Okay. Chunki, can you unmute your mic?
So the first alphabet is decreasing by the difference of 1.
Yes, correct. The first alphabet that you see, K, I, G, E. So if you add, it is decreasing by 1. If we look at it conversely, it is increasing from right to left by 1. E, F, G, H, I, J is missing, K comes here. So what will be one missing letter before this? Before E, there is D, and before D, there is C. So C comes over here. C should be the first alphabet here.
And also the second alphabet is increasing by 2 from the last digits of alphabet.
Right. So there is M, P, S, V. And then there is a question mark. So if you add this by 2, you said?
Yes, sir. NOP, QRSTUV.
MNOP plus 2 QR, PQR. Then there is plus 2 STU, and then there is V over here. Add 2 to V becomes WX. So here it should be Y. So CY17 should be the answer. CY17. Chunki, is that clear now? Good. Let's move on. 3 words in capital letters are given in the question which have something in common amongst themselves. Out of the 4 given alternatives, choose the most appropriate description about these words. In the previous example we did, what is choose 2 words which have the same relationship. Here we are using choose the appropriate description which describes these 3 words. three words are sandstone, limestone, and coal. What is the most appropriate description amongst these four sentences about these three words? Which out of the four sentences best describes these three words? Anyone? Akash, Chunki, Abhijit. Akash says option A. Abhijit says option 3. Any other guesses? Chunki says 3. Anyone else? Okay. Akash, why do you say option A? Due to coal. Due to coal, they are chemical minerals. Abhijit, you revised your answer, huh? So, Abhijit, if they are formed in sedimentary rocks, why are you... okay, you're saying they are formed in sedimentary rocks. What is sedimentary? Does anybody have any idea? If you don't, let me know. I'll explain. In fact, I'll explain all of them. Option 1 is that they are chemical minerals. Option 2 is they are found in riverbeds. Now, coal is found in mines. It's not found in riverbeds. Option 3 is they are formed in sedimentary rocks. Sedimentation happens for a shorter period of time as compared to metamorphic rocks. Now they say that coal is a fossil fuel, right? I'm sure you must have heard of this and read about it. What is a fossil fuel? Yes, you're right, Abhijit. Found by deposition of mineral or organic particles at Earth's surface, that's sedimentary rocks. Fossil fuel, yes, organic particles can also form fossil fuel. So, metamorphic rocks are rocks which are formed because of multiple layers. Yes, decomposing of plants and animals, that is fossil fuel. So when we say sandstone, limestone, and coal, these are formed by multiple layers. If you take a piece of coal and you try to break it, you will see that there are many layers in the piece of coal. Similarly, in a sandstone also you will find multiple layers. So whenever there are multiple layers which are formed and there is heavy compression due to the Earth's gravity and pressure of the top surface, metamorphic rocks are formed. So sandstone, limestone, and coal are metamorphic rocks. Normally mining is associated with metamorphic rocks. So if there is a coal mine, sandstone mine, limestone mine, these are stones found in mines, and therefore they are known as metamorphic rocks. So the correct answer is option 4. Moving to the next question. Here 4 words have been given, out of which 3 are alike in some manner and 4th is different. So again, choose one out. Like we chose bake. Which do you think is the odd man out? Or the odd one out? Option 3, Akash says pint. Ansh says option 3. Okay, interesting. Why do you say option 3, Akash? Ansh, why do you say option 3? What's the logic? Except option 3, all are measurement units. Well, actually, pint is also a measurement unit. A pint of beer, it's a measurement. Pint is the smallest measurement unit. Interesting. Among the options, pint is the smallest, which is why it is the odd one out. Interesting logic, Ansh. Any other? Prakhar, why do you say option A? Abhijit, now you step in. Okay, ton is odd. Why is ton odd? Your and Prakhar's option is right. But why do you say this? What's the logic? Fantastic. And I gave you the hint when I told you it is like the question of bake. We were using solid and liquid over there. Yes, Chumki, it is A. Ton is used to measure solids, and liter, pint, and gallon is used to measure liquids. Yes, Akash, correct. Moving to the next question. Yes, all except ton are measurement of liquids. Yes, others are units of liquid. Correct, Chumki. This should be interesting. In a certain code language, computer is written as this. How will medicine be written in that code language? I'm helping you here by writing this two words below each other. Maybe it helps. I don't know. Ajit, tell me, if computer is written as this, how will medicine be written? 4. Okay. Why 4, Abhijit? Please explain. First and last letter are exchanged. Okay. So what should I write under M? Let's explain it to everyone. First and last letter are exchanged. Okay. So I should write E under M and M under E. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Then what do I do? You're right so far. What do I do next?
Sir, O.
Why O? Where is P changed to Q? Where is P changed to Q? And what should I write after E? एक step आगे भी बढ़ गया है. What do you mean? I is changed to J. Where is I changed to J? In medicine, in computer, in RFU, in the options. In the options, I is changed to J. You have to use some logic.
सर लेटर चेंज हो रहे हैं अपने आगे वाले लेटर में और फिर अपने को इंटरचेंज कर रहे हैं.
Okay. Explain. E के बाद क्या आना चाहिए? What should come after E?
Sir, E O.
Okay. Why O?
Sir, because after N it comes O. Then I J.
Correct. Absolutely. So I'll just draw it with the help of an arrow. R goes over here.
Yes, sir. E F.
Right? E becomes F.
Yes, sir. T U.
T becomes U. Then U becomes V. P becomes Q. M becomes N. And O becomes P. Similarly, N over here will become O. N plus 1 is O. I plus 1 is a
J.
what? J. Then C
D.
plus 1 is
D.
D. I plus 1 is J. D plus 1 is what?
E.
E. E plus 1 will be
F.
fantastic. So we have EOJ DJE. Is there any match over here? EOJ DE
फोर्थ ऑप्शन.
DJE. Yes. So over here we've got it. And FM at the end, FM at the end. So fourth is the right answer. Has everyone understood? Yes, Chumki. Last letters are exchanged and others become +1 starting from the right side. Starting from the right side. E, F, T, U, etc. Good. Great. I think we have time for one last question. A is B's sister. C is B's mother. D is C's father. E is D's mother. then how is A related to D? बताइए. Is A the grandfather, grandmother, daughter, or granddaughter of D? I will move this down to the next page so that it is easy. Yeah. How is A related to D? Because your instincts are very sharp. You give answer on the basis of your instinct. Now explain the logic. You have to explain the logic this time. Why are you choosing 4?
Sir, granddaughter.
Yes, Ansh. Granddaughter is the right answer. But Chunki, what is the logic you are using for 4?
Sir, A and B are brother and sister, and
Yes.
C is mother of B, and D is the father of C. It that the D is the grandfather of B and A because they are brother and sister, and C are their mother.
Perfect. Absolutely. Abhijit, your explanation is right. Ansh, your explanation is right. Has everyone understood? A is B's sisters. This is A and B. C is B's mother. This is C. D is C's father. D is C's father. Father over here. And E is B's mother. We are not related. We're concerned with E because the question
Yes,
is how is A related to D? So this is D. This is A. So this is mother, and no, this is father and father's father. B, C. C is mother, D is father. So my mother's father is my grandfather. So D is grandfather of A. So A is granddaughter of D. Logic clear, everyone? Any questions, anyone? We are close to the end of the session.